All right. Happy New Year, everyone. It is the 1st of January in Australia right now. So we made it. 2023 is over. 2024 has now begun. We jumped into it, all guns blazing. I had absolutely very little sleep last night, but I was like, you know what? My mantra for 2024 is just going to be like, do what is required. It's a great thing that I heard from Alex Hormozy. He's a huge inspiration for me right now. Basically, like flip my 2023 on its head by listening to his content and listening to his wife Layla, and like learning their concept, learning their frameworks on how to approach business, how to approach you like whatever you're aiming for, whatever goal sets that you have. But basically, the goal is do what is required. So today, I was tired as hell. It was going to be hard. I knew it was going to be hard. I woke up and I was like, but I'm going to do what is required. And what is required is get to the studio, get the camera on, get the stream on, and sing and be there. And I knew that it's going to suck the whole time till I get to the point where the stream is on. And once the stream is on, everyone's going to carry me. And with their energy, we got through it. It was so fun. I was like absolutely vibing. It was sick to have my headphones back on. It was so cool to just be able to play for you guys, play the first guitar solos of 2024. And yeah, I was just overwhelmed with how many people jumped into the stream. It was great fun. So this episode today is, I've already done the stream today, so I'll probably tag on some highlights at the end of this episode. But today's episode is going to be about my songwriting routine that I'm going to be working on. And how I'll be practicing and working through my songwriting portion of everything. And then my wife suggested a really, really cool content idea, which is something that she wants to hear, like, because she's got plenty of amazing ideas, and I'm the one who's too stubborn to try. But I definitely want to try this idea that she had, which was goal setting, which is like, she's always suggested I set goals for things, but I am a very, like, it is my character flaw for sure, like 100%. I have a huge character flaw of being stubborn, and I'm like, I think my way is the best way and gotta do it. But I have so far my stubbornness has not served me towards moving in the right direction. So if you are also someone who has like some character flaws like I do that inhibit your growth, definitely give it a shot to try and steer the other direction. And this is me trying to do the same thing for myself. So one thing that we're going to be doing that my wife suggested was setting goals for each month. And for me, the struggles for setting goals is accountability. And I normally don't write them down. So I've already written them down for my goals for January. But I think putting it on camera, having you guys here watching me, is also going to make me very accountable, because you'll be able to see on my streams and check in and be like, hey, have you learned this song yet? Because you said you would. And have you been doing this? Because you said you would. And so so I will appreciate you guys keeping tabs on me and making sure I stay on the track and I don't get sidetracked, and I don't let my anxiety, or I don't get like any of like my fears hold me back from pushing through challenging things that I've always wanted to do. And I want to let January be the month where I really like fight against that, So sorry if I'm talking too fast. I got to get better at the speaking on YouTube. That's one of the things I'm going to get the hang of. We're on episode 5. We're getting there slowly. So January goals. Let me read them out to you. So biggest January goal that I have, well, I just slipped off my desk. Look at that. Biggest January goal right now is create revenue through content. So whether that means is like I create content and then the content shows value, and then that value shows like inspires clients to book for lessons, or it inspires clients to book me for shows, things like that, or inspires people to follow on the stream or do things like that, or donate, whatever it is. Basically, the goal is if I can create a revenue stream through content so that every day the time I'm putting in is going to yield a situation where, one, I can support my family, and two, there's a concept that I admire a lot, which is like getting paid to learn. And essentially that's my dream. So if I can set the framework, or immediately just like begin trying to like earn $1 or whatever, through being able to every day learn, deliver value to people, and then that then earns me, more money and time to then put back into it. That's the dream. So that's the business model we're currently aiming for, that I can push and push and push my boundaries as a musician and my limitations and achieve this crazy goal of writing a hit song. And the crazy goal of writing a song is also pretty hard too. So the hit song is like super up there, which we're going for. So first goal is create a revenue stream from content, because I've given myself to the end of January, and then once February hits, if I haven't hit that goal, I am going to have to completely fill my calendar with pub shows, which is going to make it a lot harder to achieve this content stuff. But I have faith that if I work really, 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 really hard for the next like 8 months to a year, that at least the living expenses can be covered. So that is the first goal: create a revenue stream, or any form of revenue stream, like whatever, affiliate. I'm doing all the research. If any of you have super experience in YouTube and content creation, and you have clever ways for me to learn that I'm not doing, please always tell me. That's the more I can learn, the better, because the economics of YouTube and content creation is very new to me. So that's the first one: is push as hard as I can to get to a point where I can start building a business of content creation. So that's number one. 1 month to do it is crazy. Obviously, I know that's like unrealistic, but I only mean in the sense of that it is beginning to roll. So that's my goal. So when we hit the goal, I will like have to go back and I'll be like, all right, well, how much did I earn during this month through content? And I like to be transparent about this stuff, because I'm not a guy that's like, I'm not a flashy guy. I'm very simple. I like my guitars. I want to get good at my craft, and I don't want to support my family. Like, that's the only things I really care about. I don't need a fast car or like super cool kicks and things like that. I genuinely don't care. My wife really hates that I don't. Not that I won't say she hates, but she definitely doesn't like that I don't treat my things, even though I'm very lucky to have some nice things. I don't treat them well. That's not because I'm not appreciative of those things, but it's also just because I truly, they just don't hold value to me. So I can let you guys know, especially we have a lot of friends that are, and followers that are looking into the content creation space. You will learn and watch through me, one, how hard this fucking shit is, because it really is hard. And two, that like, if you can persevere through the hard stuff, if I can do it, then like literally anyone can, because I am walking into this with a very, very small set of skills that I am now trying to learn more skills. Anyway, so that's the first goal: create revenue. Now, the second goal, super simple: live stream 5 days a week. I want to live stream 5 days a week. I want to live stream at 10 a.m. and I want to finish at 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, my time, Monday to Friday. And I might add Saturdays, depending on my schedule and like depending if we're traveling or doing things. But that's the goal: Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 12. I am super, super wanting to be strict on those times and strict on those days, because I feel that I have definitely taken my community and my audience for granted, because I have I know everyone loves jumping into the streams, loves, checking in and doing things like that. But I also think it's hard to take someone seriously when they are unreliable. And I have been consistently on streams, but I have taken way too many breaks here and there. And the inconsistency is where people don't. Not that anyone has given me like a feeling of like, oh, maybe this guy's not for real. Just the amount of support that I get from everyone, it definitely motivates me to work super hard towards this. But I think, for me, it's a disservice to the audience, you, if I don't deliver, if I don't show up, if I don't do these things. I'm like, if you guys are like, it's 10 a.m., where the fuck is he? I'm like, yeah, that's a problem. Like, I need to be there. I need to be there. I need to be consistent, and I need to show up. And you guys need to know that Monday to Friday, I'm there. And if I'm not going to be there, it's got to be a damn good reason. It's not like, oh, I'm too tired, or I couldn't get in early enough. It's going to be then. I'm going to show up, and I'm going to deliver the best show I can on that day. And it goes back to the beginning of do what's required. So that's the second goal. Live stream 5 days, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, Monday to Friday. So that is the goal. Now, the third goal is post 3 pieces of short form content and 1 piece of long form content per day. So a incredibly amazing content creator called Gary Vaynerchuk he runs a thing called VaynerMedia, and if you consume any of his content, I would highly recommend, if you're into marketing and things like that. He has a concept of day trading attention. Anyway, his mantra is just like, post 3 times a day and then come talk to me. Not that he says that. He's very like great, but he's like, post. The main thing with content creation that I have found from watching all the content creators and things like that is set manageable expectations and to post consistently. For me, I'm going for something that's way wild, and like most people wouldn't go for that. It's pretty crazy, and I'm trying to do it in a short period of time. So with short period of time and the crazy goal, I feel that the most reasonable way to approach that is 3 pieces of short form content per day, which is what Gary Vaynerchuk recommends on everything, and 1 piece of long form a day. Most YouTubers recommend 1 per week, but I'm a big fan of Sam Sulek's content creation strategy, which is he just documents his whole journey, and that's the inspiration towards this. It was like, oh man, if he can do it for fitness, I want to do it for music, for myself. So 1 piece of long form a day. It might even be more, because I have like, the more I'm creating content, the more I'm like, holy, like, what if I do this? What if I do this? What if I do this? Like, that's pretty sick. Anyway, that's the content creation goal for January. Now, huge goal of January, I want to write 1 song. 1 song is my goal. If I can get 1 song written and finished, I will be fucking cloud 9. I will document the whole writing process as well, so you guys get to see how shit of a writer I am right now. So it's going to be fun. Obviously, I have some strengths. Obviously, I know how to sing so many songs. I've been trained at Berklee. There's a lot of things like a novice writer mistakes that I won't do, because obviously I have a lot of experience. But when it comes to like writing a really good song, it'll be like a really crap version, like a really, really bad version of that. So I'm very excited to write this bad song that I'm going to hate, but it needs to happen. I haven't written a song in, God knows how many years. 7 or 8 years. Since my last semester at Berklee. Like, I did my last year at Berklee. I kid you not, this is how terrified. I guess, okay, I'm gonna open up a bit. But I went to Berklee as a songwriting major. Now, where it fell off was not because I wasn't a good writer or I wasn't someone who like wanted to do it. Surprisingly as it is, my friends that are currently some of the best writers in the world, and they've got great hits and things like that, surprisingly they liked my songs. So there was a time where I was writing songs and people were like, oh man, we should co-write together. Oh, I really like that. Oh, you did the rap song and you played guitar, man. I didn't even think to do that. And these are guys that I have now got like hits on Billboard and things like that. And I think mentally I was in a space when I was at Berklee that when I saw what great was, it wasn't that my brain thought, okay, well, now I know what great looks like. This is how far away I am, and now I shall start closing the gap. Instead, it was like, greatness and like seeing great writers and great musicians, like my peer group, such amazing musicians, such amazing writers. It set up a framework in my mind that I guess I was like immature maybe, or low self-esteem, all these things that could have compiled onto. But my brain set up a framework of, this is what greatness is, And that's that path. Now where I am, which is like way back here, but I'm just, for scale's sake, I'm over here because my arms aren't that long. But basically I was like, okay, well, they're over here, I'm over here. It must be this road and this is my road, and they don't intersect. So my brain kind of set up this framework of like, that's their road and I can't be on that road. I can't go through the fucking off-road, blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't have like an ATV to go and then get onto their road and be like, hey, it's working now. You know, so that was the framework I had when I was at Berklee. And so that did not serve me very well, because what it led to was I was sitting at summa cum laude graduates. So that was like, GPA was like close to 4.0. I was like 3.9 something, 3.95. Now in one of my last semesters at Berklee, I tanked my GPA from summa cum laude to magna cum laude, which is still really good. But I fucked my GPA because my professor said, I will give you an A. I will give you an A, just write the song. And I said, if I don't write a song, what will you give me? She said, well, I'll give you C. I was like, I'll take the C. Like I got in on a scholarship. My goal at Berklee was to sit as close to a 4.0 as possible, because I knew academically that was like a metric for me that was valuable. But I was so willing to not write a song because I was just scared of everything that I was doing, that I gave up on the GPA thing. I gave up on like a goal that I had like persevered with, like to get to Berklee for years. It took me 3 years to get to Berklee on a scholarship, of practicing, and then to do the work at Berklee, to do all the stuff, to watch my dad sacrifice to help support me while I was at Berklee, do all that things, to then just not even write a shit song. That's how bad I was, in hindsight. Wow, I'm actually getting a bit deep on it, but I didn't even think that, yeah, so bad mentally that I could do that. And so that was like, that's hard to be like, you do all that work and then you just like kind of give up on it. And so I haven't written a song since then. So until like that was a really pivotal moment where my brain kind of shut off and was like, oh, you can't write a song. You know, if you can't write a song like my friends, you just can't write a song. You know, there was no like, well, you can't write like them, so you better write another 100, like 1,000 songs to catch up to these guys because they're really good, and all you got to do is write like 300 songs. So the frame has definitely shifted. I definitely know what amazing looks like. I definitely know what it takes to do it. Like one of my peers, he was super, super talented. He was actually my songwriting professor, and he was just like persevered so hard, worked so hard, grinded so hard. He would live in New York and then he would come to Boston and he would lecture as a songwriting professor doing Songwriting 1. And he was just he's a couple of years older than me. And because we were quite close in age and he was my professor, he needed a place to stay. So he just stayed at my place. So every week he would just come and crash at my place. And so I'd be sitting there playing computer games and he'd be sitting there producing songs and writing songs and doing all this stuff. So on the back end, I was watching the process all the time, week in, week out, and I kept following his journey. He now has, a song that's getting super close to number one. He co-wrote with One Republic, and they wrote Runaway, which is just amazing. Such a cool song. So Ben Samama, if you ever want to look him up, follow that guy. He is an inspiration, and he is he grinds. He puts it in, he writes the songs, he pushes himself so hard. Amazing musician. So, but anyway, I got to see firsthand, what the grind looks like, what it takes. And I didn't get to see the point past him leaving Berklee and going to LA and doing that stuff. I only got to see on the sidelines. But you get a good taste of what it looks like for someone who like to build that work ethic, and it's just do the arts. Learn the songs, write the songs, work on the songs, demo the songs, do it all. So I know what hard looks like, and I know what the path to at least, kind of getting there looks like. So right now we're over here. and this is where the road is. We are going to get that ATV and we're going to smash it. And the way we're going to beat it is we're going to write one song in January. So that's what's happening. So that's the other goal. Next one is, so we got, I'll just quick recap because surprisingly this video is going a bit longer. I thought I was going to be like, this is going to be super quick, boom, 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 boom. And I was like, it's actually now taking a bit more time. But at least you guys can understand my process of like how I am seeing how this month is going to go. And then I'm like budgeting my time of like, all right, these are the goals I've got. And to achieve these, it's going to require about like 7 to 8 hours of work each day. Let's get it done. So that we're up to the writing song. So we got create revenue through content. We got live stream 5 days a week minimum. We got post 3 pieces of short form content, 1 piece of long form content per day. We want to write and finish a song. Now, the 3 other ones are one's challenging and the other 2 are pretty easy, but I really want to get them done. So, huge one that I have fucking been so afraid of is add vocal harmonies. I don't do vocal harmonies. Like, this month, I'm gonna fucking learn. I'm going to absolutely smash it. It is my goal to like I will tomorrow literally pick up my loop pedal. The goal is to add vocal harmonies to my loops. I want to be able to do that. I know it is not, I mean, it's hard, but I know for me, I think it's just like put in 20, 30 hours of it and I will get it. And so I reckon if I spent 30 hours doing it and then I basically fail miserably on stream while doing it a couple of times, I think by the like 20th or 30th time, I will definitely have a listenable version of it and I'll be quite proud of that. So that's my goal as well. And then I have 2 learning songs goals. I want to learn Yellow by Coldplay and I want to learn Sing by Ed Sheeran. So the Sing by Ed Sheeran, I want to do the full loop. I owe it to Dylan Kane, one of our amazing followers, good friend, and I also teach him some guitar. He helps me out with graphic design. He's been asking me to learn Sing for a while, and he knows it would be good for me to learn Sing because it is a good song, and so we're gonna get that done, and I'm gonna learn it. So, yeah, so that's the goals for January. Actually went a bit longer than it. If you're still in the chat and you're still watching and you're like, man, this guy's rambling on a lot, I appreciate you. Type in the chat, be like, goals for 2024. Let me know in the comments what goals you guys have for 2024. Now, onto the juicy part. One, I need to learn how to do timestamps so that you guys can skip through the sections that you don't care about. I think I'm gonna Google that. We'll make that my goal for today. How to make YouTube timestamps, and I'm gonna set that up for you guys. So it's easier to sift through these videos if whatever brings you value. Now, my songwriting routine. People are like, hey, I want to write songs. It's like, well, how do you get into writing songs? How do you practice writing songs? So here you go. This is my songwriting routine. It is derivative of what I have seen work in the industry and from listening to a bunch of great writers and how they have executed things. And then also through how I have watched, basically how I work through my my Berklee College of Music songwriting program. Now, the number one way to nail songwriting practice, write a song. So the way I'm going to be practicing my songwriting routine is I will just write a song. I will just sit there. You just got to get in there. You got to grab the instrument, whatever you use to help create creativity, the workflow, you just have to get in there and you have to write. Writing is one of the hardest things to do in the sense that at every single point of the writing process, you are technically creating something from nothing, like you're just trying to generate an idea from thin air, like some random, it's the wildest thing as being someone who like writes music or who's a painter or anyone original, you know, you're just like fucking, what can I generate out of the fucking world and just like, oh, I can make it. Like, let's go. Let's just make this random idea happen. And that's the one thing that's pretty wild about songwriting. So if you can get past that part of like, I need to generate an idea, or what are my ideas? Shit, blah, blah, blah. If you can just sit down and write and just get the song written and done, that is the highest level of ROI on your time for practice. So you want to get in and you want to write. Now, things that I'm going to do that are techniques that I find useful towards facilitating that are getting this book. It's called Writing Better Lyrics. It is a book by Pat Patterson, absolutely fantastic. This is, in my opinion, the entire Berklee songwriting curriculum. If you don't need to go to Berklee, like if you can't afford to go to Berklee College of Music, just do yourself a favor, buy this book, Writing Better Lyrics by Pat Patterson. Shit will change your life. It is basically learning on steroids for writing music. It is fantastic when it comes to lyric writing, and I know maybe people in the comments might roast or whatever, or if anyone even watches it, but writing the lyrical element of the song is the thing. I truly believe that the lyrics will carry, like a good lyric, a good concept, that is the thing. Melody and chords, yes, they are also good. I just definitely, like, this is S tier skill. If you can write great lyrics, you can connect with people, because you always got to remember that there's different stages of connection towards people. So like, to hit a broader audience, different things will hold higher value. Most people know how to speak, right? We all know words. Say it's English, you all know how to say a word at least. So the lyric, the words, will be the very first point of connection with someone that they will have the highest understanding of. Because people don't understand melody, people don't understand harmony, things like that. It took me a long time to understand this, because especially as a performer, I was always like, man, my guitar playing is so good, why don't people like me? And it turns out no one gives a shit about guitar playing. Only people who like to play guitar like guitar playing. People who don't know shit about guitar and people who don't really listen to guitar playing, they would rather you don't play that mad lick. They don't want to hear Eruption by Eddie Van Halen. They want to hear Save Tonight by Eagle Eye Cherry. And that was a hard pill to swallow, and it was really hard for me to it was really hard for me to learn that lesson. I should have learned it quicker, but that's how it works. So in the writing world, lyrics is your very, very first point that you're going to connect with as many people as possible. So the quicker you get good at writing lyrics, the more comfortable you get at writing lyrics, you will be able to connect and reach and influence so many more people than you ever dreamed of. And so that is why lyric writing and that book is the number one thing for your practice routine. Get that book, and the first exercise you're going to do is called object writing. And I believe it is chapter 1, page 3, object writing. So what we're going to do in that is you basically do writing, and you will pick a word. And so you pick a word like, pole, and then you just sit down and you write any ideas that come up that stimulate your sensory perspective, or like sight, touch, blah, 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 all that stuff. And then you write that way. And you just write basically like gibberish, just like trying to connect with your different senses. But in the book, it's very detailed on that approach. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a Discord, because again, we're all about accountability. How do I become accountable for this practice? So what I'm going to do is in our Discord, which I will link into the description, and once I learn how to do YouTube descriptions as well, that's another thing I need to learn. I'll Google that today. So we got timestamps and YouTube descriptions. Hey. So I will put it in Discord, and then I'm going to figure out a format for it. But in Discord, I will have an object writing or like a songwriting channel. And what I will do is each day I'll put in the word that I did, and then I'll put my object writing piece that I worked on that morning. By the way, you want to do this every morning. As soon as you wake up, get your coffee, you do your object writing. It sets up your brain. The sooner you do it in the day, you set your brain up to think sensory, because most people think just with sight. And you want to think about touch. You want to think about what does this lens taste like if I licked it? Like things like that. You want to just really push your brain. And the object writing is 10 minutes. You set a timer and you do that for 10 minutes, and The more you do it, the deeper you dive, the quicker you can get even more and more creative with your senses and verbs and imagery and things like that, which will then serve the way that you color your lyrics when you write your song. Now, object writing on its own is fucking useless. I want to say it's useless, but it is fucking like very useless, because if you don't write songs, it will not serve you. If you do not write short stories, it will not serve you. So this is not a crutch. Spending your day working on writing better lyrics will not make you a better writer unless you are writing songs. So always remember, it's about writing the songs, and then you use the techniques, those tools, to help you attribute that in your songwriting routine. Now, the next exercise that I think, so I only have 2 exercises. Object writing, then I write my song, and then I'm like, well, if I don't have any inspiration for writing a song, the next best thing that I would recommend anyone do is pick a song. Find a song that you love, that you really like, you're into, or that you know is a very successful song. Get that song, learn that song, break down all of its lyric stuff, use the book to learn what the structures are, anything you don't know on the song, do it. If you really need help and you want my help, be like, hey, Luan, can you break down this song for me? I'd appreciate it. I'll make a short video and I'll just break it down for you. I'll just post it, and then if it gives you value, wicked. If it gives someone else value, awesome. But as long as I know one person benefits from it, it's totally worth the upload. It's easy for me to do, so please just let me know. And then what you're going to do is, once you've broken down that song, you want to steal it all. Steal every single element of that song and rewrite your own song. Like, what is the melody contour? Like, what are the melody notes that they're singing? What is the lyric, rhyming structure? What are they doing here? You can take all of these successful strategies that were put in that song and then apply them to your own lyric writing concept, and then write your own song. Change the key, swap some chords around, change the contour of the melody. You know it works one way. Well, what if I started the note on the 3rd instead of the 5th, and then it comes down to blah, like, as you expand in your knowledge as a musician, you will learn to steal more and steal more tools to then apply them to your music. Now, people will be like, oh, well, you plagiarizing songs. It's like, well, damn straight. That's what they did too. Like, I mean, look, if you write a #1 song, you're going to get sued no matter what. But these guys every song you ever hear is derivative of another great song. In episode 2, we checked out Creep, right? And I learned Creep, and like the very first thing I heard as soon as I started learning Creep and understanding Creep, I was like, wow, Matt Bellamy stole this shit out of Radiohead. Like, the amount, but we say influenced, like, he just, so many things of everything I love about Muse, all I heard was it in Creep, Radiohead. Like, it was just there. Like, vocal melodies, his approach to his actual vocal tone, chord structure and things like that. I was like, he literally just took it all, whatever he could. So that's the second technique. So, when it comes to my songwriting routine, and hopefully it can help you as well if you're getting into songwriting, get the book, Writing Better Lyrics, PDF, whatever you need to do. Fantastic book. Use it for object writing. It is it's a treasure trove of ideas, how to use metaphor, how to use rhyming structure, how to use length of lines, all those different things. It is amazing, absolutely amazing. John Mayer, he ate that book. Literally would just live with it, like just destroyed that book. That's how he got good at writing. Pat Patterson is the man when it comes to lyric writing and helping. Like, there's going to be writers for sure that are like, they have like this God-given talent, or they're just put in situations where I won't say God-given talent, because like no one's truly like, I truly don't believe, like, genetically, I guess maybe there could be some things, but I feel like your influence affects everything. Like, if you were someone who was born in Nashville and your dad was a writer and things like that, you wouldn't be sitting there reading, like, Writing Better Lyrics. Your dad would be teaching you how to write. You would just be assimilating, like, consuming content and just learning. Like, the newest generations of writers that are going to be coming up, these young kids, they're going to be so fucking good, and they already are. Like, music is evolving so well. They're going to be so good because they just have access to people like Pat. They have access to, all these great writers who are posting content and doing all that stuff, and basically shortcutting all of the, the bullshit that we, that, previous generations had to, you had to be in the right place at the right time to get to the right person, to learn from them, to get that head start. So this is a really, really big shortcut if you're into lyric writing and, you're struggling with that. So, writing better lyrics, once again, get the book, do your object writing 10 minutes every morning, but make sure you write your songs. Do not write your songs. I will post in the Discord, I will post a word of the day, and then I will post my object, right? And then I will leave it up for 24 hours, and then you guys can all chuck your object writes up over 24 hours, whatever time 7 in the morning is for you, or what time in the morning you wake up, you post it then. So I really hope it turns into a thing, because that will help motivate me. If I know other people are doing it, it's gonna make me like, yes, I can do this. And then the second exercise is if I'm low on inspiration and I can't figure out melodies or things like that, I'm just gonna pick a song, I'm gonna break down the song, and then I'm gonna rewrite the song my way into my own song. So yeah, that's episode 5 in the bag. Hopefully that helps you guys out. Hopefully, these concepts that I'm talking to you about, I want to be more like musical with my content right now, but I feel like this time of the year, where I'm at mentally, I just have a bit to kind of like download into the YouTube that I want to get you. Like, there is strategy to this stuff. You can't just like walk in and just like go. I mean, you can, but for me, it doesn't work. I feel like I need to have like a frame of like, this is what I'm gonna do, this is how I'm gonna move, and let's get it done. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. Let's give it a good try, and yeah, we got my goals and we've got my songwriting process down. So tomorrow I'll be writing my song straight away. If not, I start today. I don't know, we'll see. It's pretty late, it's 3 p.m. So we finished the stream and then I had to eat and then I had to get ready for this content. So I will try and record my 3 pieces of short form content, and then tomorrow I'll be back in 10 a.m. So the routine begins, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's go. Let's do this. And oh shit, the other big goal that I didn't put in there, bonus goal. Yeah, if you made it to the end, you'll know my bonus goal. Get fit. So I need to get to the gym. I need to train at least 3 times a week. I need to lose I think I need to lose about like 8 kilos. So that'll be an interesting goal to take. The big reason for that, I think, is functionality. I never ever want to feel this neck injury again. So I really want to start taking care of my body. It really set me back like 2 or 3 months. It made this really hard. Like, what we're about to do right now became so much harder because of this neck injury. So where I thought I would be able to get to at a certain point, we had like really great traction with the stream. We had TikTok reaching out and wanting to spotlight us, and they kept asking us if we wanted to do it, and I was like, I can't stream, I'm really sorry, I have to rest. So yeah. I'm also quite terrified. There's a thing on the screen. If I turn off this recording, I really hope this is saved. I don't know if it says that like I ran out of memory. Fuck. This is gonna be a stressful moment. If you see this uploaded, that means we survived. I'm learning. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into my content. And yeah, let's smash 2024. Let's get these done. And we'll check in 1st of February and see how many of these goals I actually managed to pull off for January. So looking forward to it. Set your goals. Let me know in the comments what you're aiming for January or for this year. And I'd love to, if I can be accountable to you guys as well, and I can help you, inspire you guys to smash your goals, I look forward to it. But yeah, stay safe, and Happy New Year, everyone.